KDUS A.M.1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix is home for the Dan Patrick Show.
Coming right up, another fun Varsity Sports Show.
It's back. Coming this fall, the Varsity Sports Show is partnering up with NFHS to bring you the Thursday night high school football game of the week. 12 regular season games, plus playoffs, courtesy of the varsity team. Join the varsity team this fall as they deliver every single down every week. Subscribe through NFHS and watch all of your favorite AIA high school football action every Thursday night this fall. The Varsity Sports Show is bringing back the Thursday night high school football game of the week. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
This is Coach JC with the East Valley Warhawks. You're listening to the Varsity.
Oh man!
Hey,
Varsity,
we run bloopers too, so you're
Varsity Sports Show.
This is good stuff.
Listen to the Varsity Sports Show.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Coach JC with the East Valley Warhawks. You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
KDUS AM1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix is home for the Dan Patrick Show.
This program is paid for by the JV Sports LLC and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on KDUS AM1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio here, live from location of one of our show partners, great partner of ours, Fixed Body Group in Scottsdale. We're continuing our summer spotlight series, doing a lot of things today. And first off, our co-hosts for today's show, I want to introduce some very special people, one old friend and one new friend. Dr. Katie Bruckheisen from Fixed Body Group, and our old friend from the Fitness Minute, well, I guess today will be the Fitness Hour, Mr. Tyler Mayer. Folks,
Good.
Katie,
Good
Tyler,
morning.
how are you both?
Good morning. Fantastic.
Doing well. Good morning, everyone.
All right. So, so we are here at Fixed Body Group. We're going to talk a little bit, introduce everyone to this amazing wellness center that is staffed by MDs, PhDs, what other type of holistic doctors? What?
PTs, chiros, functional medicine docs.
Okay.
All of the above.
All of the above, and just great people that just care about our wellness. And Sean Robeck. Sorry, Sean couldn't be here today. I think he's in San Diego. They have another couple of offices in San Diego. So he's out there tending to the needs of folks, but probably listening on our live stream. Sean, sorry I butchered your last name. But anyway, thanks again for joining us today. So we're doing a couple things. First of all, we're bringing back our Thursday night football face-off. In just a moment, we are going to be joined by a couple of special coaches and featuring a rematch of last year's state championship at the 5A level. So we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll go on. We're going to introduce an amazing person in the community, a local football coach by the name of Mike Valadez, talk about his story a little bit, what he's about. And I think you will truly be inspired after hearing his story. And then we'll do a little bit on Fixed Body Group and what they're about, as well as in between, since we have Katie and Tyler co-hosting for the hour. Then in our final segment, begrudgingly joined by my old high school teammate and friend, Mike Beal with the Southern California Surfing Report. He is going to be at an undisclosed location on the road somewhere, and he'll be tuning in at 9:45. So you definitely want to stick around. It's a fast-moving show, as always, today. And let's kick it off. Our old buddy Aaron, the producer behind the board. Aaron, take it away.
It's the Thursday Night Football Face-Off.
Okay, so we are joined on the line by a couple of great coaches, great people, great mentors. Starting off with Ironwood High School head football coach Chris Rizzo, last year's 5A state finalist, and Sunrise Mountain High School head football coach Steve Decker, last year's state champion. They are facing off this fall as part of the Varsity Sports Show NFHS Thursday Night High School Football Game of the Week series, Thursday night, October 21st. Gentlemen, coaches, good morning.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having us on.
All right.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's start with the home team in that game. Coach Decker, Sunrise Mountain. Coach, you got a state championship under your belt. Congratulations, but no rest for the weary. How's the off season?
Yeah, it's going well. Summer went well. Spring. So, we lost a good senior class. So a lot of work to be done, and the boys are doing a really good job.
Coach Rizzo, the winner. You obviously played for all the marbles there in the final game of the season. Couldn't quite come away with the victory, but it was a hard-fought game. It was a great game that featured two great teams. How have you guys been retooling here in the off season?
We suffered the loss of a lot of really, really credible seniors as well. So trying to bring the young guys along as much as we possibly can. The kids have been working really hard this summer and spring as well. Really just trying to fill roles and find out what guys are going to play football for us next year. But we're excited about this group, and we've got a lot of good things to look forward to. Awesome.
Coach Decker, talk a little bit about your Mustang squad in camp. You guys had a preseason camp, and now you're at that point, as with most of the other schools, that it's gut check time. Guys are going to be in helmets, shells, pads going forward. A couple of weeks till we kick off that first game. And how's that been going for you?
Yeah, I've been going really well. The heat's an issue, but getting all the kids acclimated to that, and a lot of kids at new positions. Elijah Portello returns in the defensive backfield. He's kind of leading the deal, and then because we lost three other starters there. So we've just been trying to fill in and see who can do what. But we have a lot of guys stepping up. Matty Hapner and Justin Ferriel are kind of taking the reins on the O-line. They're two guys that are returning from that state championship team. Just trying to get that going. But, yeah, it's going really good. And, sorry I didn't say it at the beginning, but I appreciate you guys doing this. Appreciate you having us on. But, yeah, everything's going really well. Obviously, kind of getting tired of the run-through. Did a lot of that in spring and summer, ready to, here next week in a couple of days, get hitting and see where the boys are with that.
So, Coach Rizzo, you guys opened the season down in, looks like Oro Valley at Ironwood Ridge. What do you know about this team?
We were able to, do a little bit of research over the summer. I know that they're a well-coached, tough team. They do a lot. They do a couple of things, and they do them really, really well. And they're a disciplined team that knows how to tackle. They're committed to the run game, and they just do a lot of things in the middle part of the field in the red zone that, you got to prepare for going into the summer or ending the summer off. And, it's going to be a challenge. It's always a challenge to get on a bus, drive that far out there, and, go down into an environment that's traditionally a really good place to play football. So we're looking forward to it. We're excited about the opportunity to start off on the road a little bit and kind of kick our season off in a very tough environment and trying to overcome the challenges that comes with a long road trip.
Coach Decker, you guys are going to start off this campaign defending your state championship in 5A with a home game against a team coming up from way down southeast, Cienega. How do they look? They've traditionally been a pretty tough team.
Yeah, they always have a great program. New coaching staff coming in there from Tucson High, I believe. And so, we don't really know exactly what to expect, but, we're doing our research and getting some things together so we have an idea what's going on. But both programs have been well coached, so we know we're going to be up for a tough game starting off for sure.
Well, let's talk about both of your teams then, specific. And Coach Rizzo, watching film, you obviously played the Mustangs twice last year. You're not going to be facing them again until the third week of October. But what do you see when you watch the Sunrise Mustang team?
I see a lot of really well-coached kids. You know, Steve and his staff over there do a really good job. Those guys don't make a lot of mistakes that show up on film. You know, they're all buttoned up on all facets of the game, special teams, offense, defense. So, you know, just whenever you go to play a team that's as well prepared as they are, you know, you got to make sure that you're focused and intent with your practice plan to face an opponent like that. You know, we're both two teams that had lost a lot of really good players on both sides of the ball, but, you know, two really well-coached programs to, you know, get these young guys coached up and ready to go off to another Thursday night square-off it's exciting. You know, they run the ball really well. It's a testament to their coaching staff that they're able to adjust the personnel that they have. So we're really looking forward to getting back out there and having this little PUSD rivalry start to, you know, gain some legs and gain some ground. So we're excited about the opportunity, and it's just good as a competitor to have to play a team of such high quality, because it brings the best out in your own coaching staff, it brings the best out in your own team, and it brings the best out in yourself whenever it comes down to preparation.
All right, Coach Decker, your turn. Now, don't hold anything back. I know you guys are sportsmen and you're friends off the field, but tell us how you really feel about Coach Rizzo and this Ironwood Eagle team. Come on now. We need some bulletin board material.
Yeah, for sure. No, great guy. You know, got to know him a lot better over the last year, and again, truly runs a great program. And I know they've got some good youth. Their freshmen and JV did a great job last year. So those guys coming up, they're going to be well prepared, and they got some good athletes coming up. Kind of in the both in the same deal. You know, senior heavy team, and lost some of our seniors, but I know they'll be just fine when we meet them. So again, hats off to him and what he's done, and I know they'll be prepared also.
Awesome. All right, there you have it, folks. So setting up that big Thursday night matchup, it'll be the rematch of the state championship in 5A, featuring the host team, the Sunrise Mountain Mustangs, state champs from a year ago, against the Ironwood Eagle football team, state finalists from a year ago. That'll be Thursday night at Sunrise Mountain, October 21st. Gentlemen, Coach Steve Decker, Sunrise Mountain, Coach Chris Rizzo, Ironwood. Thanks again for joining.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Okay.
Coaches.
All right. Well, there you have it. See, so we set up a great show, kicking off with a couple of great coaches. These guys, and we say it's cliche, you know, they're doing it for all the right reasons, but they truly are. Coach Decker and Coach Rizzo, they're great guys. And it's funny because you could be a nice guy and win a lot of games. You don't have to be a jerk. And these two guys embody that. They're just great guys, and they're good role models to their team. They're always available. They're always accessible, not only to their own kids, which is what's most important, but to the community at large. And they get it. So anyway, all right. So let's set up the rest of the show here. We're live from our show partner, Fixed Body Group, joined by Dr. Katie Bruckheisen, joined by our old friend from the Fitness Minute, Mr. Tyler Mayer. When we come back from the break, we're going to be hearing a very inspirational story from a young man that, well, he's young to me. I've known him for, over 25 years now. He's an old friend of mine. He's a local youth and high school football coach. And he's definitely a man of honor, a man of his word, and keeps his promise. We'll talk about the promise. And his name is Mike Valadez. We look forward to hearing from Coach Mike here in our next segment, as well as the rest of the show. We've got some other great things coming up. Folks, don't go anywhere. It's a fast-moving show. As always, we cram a lot into 1 hour. We're not one of these shows that tries to string it out over 2-3 hours. We get it all in 1 hour. Thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show, A.M.1060 KDUS, Arizona. Vince here with Tyler and Dr. Katie. We'll be right back after the break. Go Varsity.
Every Monday night, check out Ray Adams as he hosts the Monday Night Golf and Lifestyle Show from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM1060.
Hey, this is Derek Van Halen from Van Halen, the world's most authentic tribute to Van Halen. And you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060, Arizona.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life?
Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fixed Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixedbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fixed Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
It's back! Coming this fall, the Varsity Sports Show is partnering up with NFHS to bring you the Thursday night high school football game of the week. 12 regular season games, plus playoffs, courtesy of the varsity team. Join the varsity team this fall as they deliver every single down every week. Subscribe through NFHS and watch all of your favorite AIA high school football action every Thursday night this fall. The Varsity Sports Show is bringing back the Thursday night high school football game of the week.
Check out KDUS A.M.1060 on 100.7 KSLX HD2. That's right, HD radio on 100.7 channel number 2.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Summer Spotlight Series, featuring outstanding members of our community. And now, here's Vince.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM1060 KDUS Arizona, and want to come back with our friends from Fixed Body Group here, Dr. Katie Bruckheisen and our old friend Tyler Mayer from the Fitness Minute. So Katie, let's get a little bit of background on Fixed Body Group. What is it? How is it? How did it come to be? And what do you do here?
Fixed Body Group started about 20 years ago in California.
Okay.
Dr. Sean Robeck, the founder, moved here about 2 years ago and opened this clinic here. And if I could describe what Fixed Body Group is in a couple sentences, it's a full body approach to wellness and a more holistic style of care for everyone that walks through the door, whether that be structural, internal, and a bit of mindset coaching, if you will.
Tyler, I want to ask you a little bit about your role in this whole thing. Now, you have been a patient here, so tell us a little bit about what happened to you recently. And I'm kind of, I'm not laughing at you because this is a serious matter, but I'm laughing at the fact that you're so resilient. You bounce back, and it was a lot more serious than. Yeah,
well, absolutely. And we talk. I forget how long ago it was. Right before Memorial Day, I had a self-induced auto accident where I got dragged by my own car, and
wow,
thankfully I like to say agile enough and fit enough to avoid something that could have been really awful. And I had to lean on my partners and friends here at Fixed Body Group to get me back surgery free, which I mentioned earlier. I would have bet any dollar amount that I would have needed both shoulders surgically repaired, one which was already surgically repaired. So, you think about the partners you have for your house. You've got your plumbers, you've got your carpenters, you've got your car person, you've got people, and your body. I've said it before, your body is the most important thing you'll ever invest in. So you need partners and people that can help fine tune your body, and Fixed Body Group is one of those for me. And it's not all about just cracking and chiropractic care. It's all what Katie had mentioned too, the internal, the mindset, and just fueling the body correctly. But they took care of me, and thank God that no surgery needed.
How serious was it?
I downplay everything, but it was serious enough that I nearly totaled both of my cars, and the neighbors that unfortunately saw it happen were shocked that nothing more came out of what they saw. So, 20 minutes after the incident happened, my wife sat me down. I looked at her and said, okay, let's put the boys aside for a second. We need to go to the emergency room, and fractured rib and major road rash and shoulders that I couldn't move, obviously from the trauma. But there is no doubt being a certain level of fitness helped me avoid anything more severe, and that's not a brag on. That is just you don't train in life to not get run over by your own car. It just so happened I was able to move and avoid certain things, and it's more embarrassing than anything else, but it is what it is, and we were able to come out on top.
Wow. It could have been a lot worse, but it was pretty bad. So let's talk about the rehab process. How did things start off for you here at Fixed Body Group?
Well, I'll have Katie jump in as well, but okay. I think I'm another client when I come in here. It's an assessment, evaluation, see what we can do. Obviously, it was very acute when I came here, so you have to let inflammation kind of subside, and then Katie, you can take it from here and step by step kind of what we did, and as often as I could get down here, which I made a point consistently. Again, there's that thing, consistency, to get the results we needed.
I think that's where a lot of people miss the boat on certain aspects of care. And with Tyler, we were working on an old injury, trying to get that recovered before this happened, and so we kind of set us back a little bit with this injury, but it just takes time. And for him, it was a lot of soft tissue work, some dry needling, and a lot of, less aggressive type of structural care to just heal the body, get the blood flow in there that we needed, and then ask those joints to start moving properly again.
Take us through I don't think there's any situation that's typical, but when what type of folks do you get in here? What are the injuries or the kind of the nagging pains, aches and pains?
Well, we do live in Scottsdale, and a lot of people swing a golf club.
Okay,
so,
all right. Okay, little rotator cuff,
Yeah, there's a lot of low back, shoulders walk in. A lot of hip injuries and nagging pains like that. And a lot of times it's education on how we can correct systems from within and decrease inflammation through the entire body while we work on the structural aspect to really help that person for a long time.
Ages of your clientele. Mm-hmm. What is that all about? What do you get a whole range?
Yeah, we do. My youngest patient, I think he's 13. And my oldest, I think, is 90. So
wow.
It's all aspects of life, walk through here. And we love to build those relationships.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
Interesting. So, okay. So is there like an average time of healing, maintenance? I mean, what is a typical course of treatment take?
That's a great question, and that all depends on what walks through the door.
Okay.
Typically, if you have an injury that's been around for a long time, you're going to need to spend some time on that injury. If it's been nagging you for 3 years, you can expect that it's going to get better in a week. So a care plan may look like 12 visits over the course of 4 weeks. It could look like 3 months. It could look like 2 weeks. It all depends on what you walk in with and how we can help.
Do you have a lot of folks that even once they're feeling better, they continue to come in for lack of a better phrase, maintenance?
Maintenance care is great.
Okay.
And Tyler and I were just talking about this earlier. He's like, I know I feel better, but I know this isn't the end. I know I need to continue to take care of my body. And whether that be once a month or once every other month, that's typically how that goes.
Well, and it's interesting, if I can jump in again real quick, we touch base on the consistency of it, but I've been busy up at the club at Desert Highlands with a remodel and lots of things going on, and I haven't been able to get down here in a few weeks. And texting Katie, texting Sean, saying I need to get down there. I feel so good, but I know the maintenance program has to continue. And we talk about those who maybe are hesitant on, again, get chiropractic care kind of out of the vernacular. This is more than that. I mean, dry needling, if that's not your thing, the cupping aspect has just, increased circulation, break up those adhesions, and adhesion is just that, something that is stuck, something that is sticking. And we have, ligaments and fascia and things that just need to be separated so that they can, regain their normal length and strength again. But that cupping is just something, if you're not the invasive type, get somewhere, get to these guys, let them work on you, let them evaluate you and put a plan in place. It's just truly fantastic.
What's the worst thing you've seen, and what's like the lightest thing you've seen, like a hangnail? I mean, what give us the range.
Right now, I think the worst I've seen is I have a patient with severe scoliosis.
Wow.
She's dealing with a lot of, radiculopathy, which is pain down the leg. And it's tough to deal with. That's tough to correct. And I'd say the best I've seen, or the least aggressive injury I've seen, is maybe just like a calf strain.
Okay.
That walks in. And that takes a few visits and some education on how they can help themselves, down the road outside of here. But it's a wide range.
And I think the thing is, Vince,
Yeah.
is living in pain is not normal. We get accustomed to it and we kind of live around it. But there's so many people, Fixed Body Group, that can help us live pain-free. I can do it from a fitness perspective, corrective exercise. They can do it from their modalities. But again, find somebody who can help you live the life that you're supposed to be living. And that is pain-free.
Yeah.
Amazing. What I want to do is we just had him call in, so I'd like to bring him on. He's an old friend of mine, and this will likely take upwards of two of our segments this morning. So we're going to bring him on now, introduce him, and get to know him a little bit. Coach Mike Valadez, who's an old friend of mine. He's been in the Valley, grew up here in the Phoenix area, and he's a youth coach. He's a high school football coach. He's a great human being. Coach Mike, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Coach Mike. Hey, there he is. How you doing, sir?
Okay. Yourself?
We're okay. We're hanging in there. So I want to set this up because I want to talk a little about you and your history. Now, you grew up here in the Valley. You like many of us that are into sports. You played sports through high school, and in Phoenix, and you got into coaching. You followed your passion and started working in youth football, high school football, doing both. You continue to do it, but you had a little stumbling block along the way. How many years ago was this, and what happened exactly?
January 18, 2019, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Okay. Cancer of the colon, I believe, correct?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay. And stage 4, and so it meaning that it spread to other parts of your body, and but you decided, you were faced with kind of that fork in the road, and I know, and I could say this, Mike, because I know you well, and I'm not trying to make light of anything, but you had a fork in the road, and you could have decided to go one of either ways. You could have, folded up and given up, or you could have kept going and pushed through it. And thankfully, because of what you mean to a lot of people, you decided to power through it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you're still coaching. You have been coaching. Talk to us a little bit about your teams. You guys have won some championships, the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah, that was a while ago, though. Ever since I kind of got sick, I lost not the will or the coach or anything like that. It's just the time being out there is not as much as that it used to be where I would like. But we have
you've had a go ahead.
We have had our stretch of championships. That's not not a doubt. We have.
Yeah. So you and you've got a lot of kids and a lot of families that continue to count on you, and you put the program together. Your wife Veronica has been a strong source of support for you, and you guys have continued to power through. Now you're fortunate in that you've got a pretty good coaching staff that has stuck by you through everything too, right?
Correct. Now, Coach Anthony, he's one of my Glendale Gaucho coaches. Then Coach Gabriel O'Donnell that played at Maryville. We kind of stuck together. We've been together for close to 10 years now.
Wow.
Going on 10 years.
So, Mike, don't go anywhere because we're up against a hard break here, and I want to bring you back in the next segment. We want to talk to you and hear more of your story and a little bit about your philosophy and what makes you go, what makes you tick. We're joined here at Fixed Body Group in Scottsdale by Dr. Katie Bruckheisen and Fitness Minute, the fitness guru Tyler Mayer, joined on the line by local youth and high school football coach Mike Valadez, who is currently enduring and dealing with stage 4 colon cancer. And we're going to hear more of his story when we come back from the break here on the Summer Spotlight series of the Varsity Sports Show. Folks, don't go away. A lot more to go. We're halfway through the show, and we'll be right back after the break. Go Varsity.
HD Radio is here for KDUS AM1060. Check out your favorite shows and games on 100.7 KSLX HD2.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan, resident here at Arco Santi, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Ready to bring KDUS AM1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM1060 skill and enable. Then say, Alexa, open KDUS AM1060.
This is where I start my day.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the Summer Spotlight Series, featuring outstanding members of our community. And now, here's Vince.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM1060 KDUS Arizona, joined at our show partner, Fixed Body Group in Scottsdale, with Dr. Katie Bruckheisen and our Fitness Minute guru, Tyler Mayer. Also on the line, youth and high school football coach Mike Valadez. Coach Valadez joined us in the previous segment, talking a little bit about an incident that occurred that altered his life significantly. He was diagnosed about 2.5 years ago with stage 4 colon cancer, but he continues to push through, to power through with the support of his wife, Veronica, and his children. and other children out there that he continues to coach, both at the youth and high school level, as well as his coaching staff. So, Mike, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mike. So let's talk a little bit about some of the days that you're dealing with. I don't, we're not going to sugarcoat anything and say this has been a walk in the park for you, because you've had some pretty difficult days, and you're doing chemotherapy right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And what kind of days does that what kind of challenges does that present to you when you go through the whole process?
Well, these ones I got moved to some pills, and they
okay.
say it's 7 days on. Well, I take pills for 7 days. Was it 21 days? And then I get a 7-day break.
Do you miss you miss a lot of practice? Are you still able to get out there and work with the kids a little bit?
Not lately. I've missed a lot, but with some of the pain management that I've just had to go through, I'm starting to I'll be able to get out there this coming week.
Okay.
It's a little bit different compared to when it was, because a couple months ago I found cancer in my neck, and I had to go through. They had to go in the back of my neck and take that out. I had to do radiation every day for about 8 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. Sometimes the medicine messes with me and I don't remember. But the radiation gets to me, and so.
Mike,
two weeks after that, I ended up having a colostomy bag put in.
Yeah.
So kind of the pain on all that kind of goes in its own direction. I really don't like pain pills.
Yeah. You refuse to give up, though.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of people that are depending on you, that are counting on you, and how many kids do you have now, Mike? Your own children. They're all your kids, all the kids that you've coached through the years. I mean, you're one of the few coaches that I know that after every practice, that your players come up and hug you.
Correct.
And when I went and saw you in the hospital, when all of this started, you had your team was there. It seemed like they were there every day. So
their parents were there probably 2 days, and the kids were there a day. So out of the time I was there, out of the week I was there, the team was there about 3 days out of the week I was there.
Yeah.
But I have 4 kids and a grandchild.
Yeah, you're a grandpa too.
Yes, sir.
So you guys are doing something real special for, I think you have a daughter that's 4 now, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're doing something special for her now, and we were talking about this offline, Tyler and Katie and I, because it's something so unique, and it's I saw Veronica put something out on social media this week. If you don't mind my talking about it, is that you are celebrating every single day that you can. I mean, every day that we all wake up is a gift, and so next year you're doing something real special for your daughter. What are you doing when she turns 5?
Just a regular birthday, having a 5th birthday.
You're doing but when girls turn 15, you have a quinceañera, but you're doing something a little different for her. I think you guys are planning, right?
Correct. I don't know what it's called. I don't know.
It's a quinceañera for a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So that should be nice. That should be great. Really special. Very, very precious moment. So I want to read something, Mike, because you sent this to me when we started talking about having you on as part of the Summer Spotlight. You sent me something because I asked you, I said, and it was the same question that I posed to you when you got on the line is, you could have chosen one of a couple of directions, and you chose the direction that was the most difficult, and that's to keep going. And you sent me this quote, for lack of a better term, a poem called "The Promise," and these are your words to live by. And I'm going to read this. It's, "I'll never give up, because if I do, then I give up on the ones beside me. I'll never give up, because if I do, then I give up on the ones who believe in me. If the person next to me gets down, I'll pick him up and he the same. I'll never give up. I'll believe in the cause. I'll fight to the end, and we will win. This I promise." How long have you been carrying that around?
About 2002.
Yeah, and there are days when you really get challenged, aren't there? I mean, I can hear it in your voice right now.
Yeah, there is.
And I'm sure that that there's days that you wish you can go another direction, but you continue to power through because so many people are counting on you, and you're a good friend of mine, and I'm counting on you as well to keep going, because there's a lot of kids that are still looking to you to leadership and to mentoring and the inspiration that you bring to them, as well as your coaches. Where would your coaches be without you? So. You had started talking about some of your coaches. You want to give those guys a shout out, and those guys that have been helping to manage the store with you?
They can't hear right now. They're at football practice.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, they're at practice. What about Veronica? How many years you guys been together?
Oh man, 15 or 16
wow.
now.
Yeah, there's days that she's challenged with you, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Mike, give us. Is there anything that you can give us to pass along to our listeners? And you talk about the promise, and that some days that we do get challenged, but what's something that you can leave us with?
You never know who's watching.
Never know who's watching.
I always tell my kids that. It could be a recruiter. Excuse me. Could be a recruiter. Could be your principal.
Yeah.
But as a parent, it's always your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, Mike, this is Tyler. Here with the Fitness Minute, and as I was telling Vince, I say, I downplay, things that have happened to me, because there's always somebody, who's dealing with and going through more things, and I can't walk a mile in your shoes, and I tell you, for what it's worth, my man, I'm gonna put you on my prayer list, you and your family, and of course, we're pulling for you. So those here at the Varsity Sports Show. You've got some additional prayer warriors and friends here on your side, my man.
Appreciate it.
So, Mike, you've still got the Grizzlies, and you've got the North High School freshman football team that you're still out there working with. You guys going to have some good teams this year? We're going to rack up some wins.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. Keep fighting.
Good.
Coach Mike Valadez.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Mike.
All right. So that's Mike is an old friend of mine, and I don't think I ever saw him smile in the last 25 years I've known him, even before his battle, because he's just a serious guy. He's so wired in, intense, and like he said, you never know who's watching. Yeah. One of my old high school coaches, a gentleman named Pete Kellen, who's long since passed away, he used to talk about living in a fishbowl. You never know who's watching. Even when you don't think they're watching. And Mike lives by the promise, fighting to the end, and we will win. This I promise. So, folks, when we come back from the Varsity Sports Show, we will be joined. We're still here at Fixed Body Group, and we're gonna kind of pivot the show a little bit. My old friend, my old high school teammate, Mike Beal, Beachin' with Beal report, folks. Don't go away. We're already 3/4 of the way through the show, and Mike is from some undisclosed location. Keep listening. We'll be back after. You're laughing because you know Mike. We'll be back after the break here on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Go Varsity.
Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, this is Morgan from Teen Lifeline. We are a peer-to-peer counseling hotline for teens here in Arizona. If you want to talk to a trained peer counselor, call 602-248-8336 or text between 3 and 9 p.m.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
And now it's time for Beachin' with Beal. Random thoughts from a real Orange County, California surfer guy, Mike Beal. The opinions expressed during this segment in no way represent those of KDUS AM 1060 Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show, its host, or its listeners.
Okay, got to play the disclaimer there before we start talking because we need to make sure everybody knows that I don't endorse this. You know, we've got a show partner that presents it. It's 24th Street Dental Biltmore. The Invisalign experts are great people out there bringing us the Beachin' with Beal segment. It's funny. Okay, I'll give them that. It is funny. It can be. But here we have it. My old friend, my old teammate from high school, Mike Beal, who is a real-life Southern California surfer guy. Mike, good morning, sir.
Hey, Vince, I kind of resent that because 24th Street Dental, myself, and Tyler are probably the only thing that makes your show cool. So we're gonna have to talk about the disclaimer. But
yeah, Fixed Body Group. It's what keeps us going. Without all the, without these kind folks, I'd be just sitting on a corner somewhere. So, anyway, Mike,
sure
where are you? You sound so distant. Where are you?
Yeah, it's funny. I know it's the surf report, and I did surf the last couple of weeks. It's been really fun. But right now, I'm in a place that I cannot mention, their parking lot. And I'm standing across the street from Allegiant Stadium where the Las Vegas Raiders play their football games now. And I don't know, I've never seen it before, but I don't know if your listeners have seen it, but it looks like a combination between, like, if the Death Star crashed into a World War II battleship and it was painted black. It's a crazy-looking stadium.
Really?
So tonight I'm going to go to the game, and probably I'm going to have like a little kind of like a brainstorming session with John Gruden later this afternoon. And, hopefully,
and you putting all your war paint on and everything? Yeah.
I've got my Jerry Rice jersey ready to go.
Okay, so you have a contractual obligation to the Varsity Sports Show. We don't pay you anything for this, but you do have an agreement, a handshake agreement with me that you would bring us a Southern California surfing report every week, but you're nowhere near the beach. Is there a beach in Las Vegas?
We drove by a sign that said Lake Mead, but
Okay.
it's about as close as it can get. I can tell the listeners that I went surfing last weekend, and it was fantastic. The water was nice. The waves were good. It was very, very pleasant. So.
Yeah. So, all right. So you're going to go to the game tonight. You're all of a sudden. I've never known you to be a Raiders fan, but you'll go. Somebody must have offered you free beer or something to drive to Las Vegas. I don't know.
You are correct on all counts.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. We've got that. All right. So we've established that. Okay. So no surf report, but at least you can give us a kind of a climate report of Las Vegas. Very similar to Phoenix, but tell us what you see right now, aside from Allegiant Stadium. Anything else? Do you see any? Is there anything with gambling going on? Is there? Tell us. Give us something.
Yeah, I can see a hotel that reminds me. It's a big casino that reminds me of when you and I went to Las Vegas 15 years ago. So we pull in on a Saturday afternoon, check into the hotel, and then everybody starts gambling. A couple hours later, at the I'm like, gosh, where is Vince? Couldn't find him anywhere. Finally, I go to the bathroom and I hear some whimpering coming from a stall way in the back. It's a filthy bathroom, mind you. Anyway, so I go in to render some aid to some victim of who knows what. It turns out it was Vince. And
it was me.
I said, Vince, what's the matter? He said, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage next month. So Vince walked into the casino and proceeded to just get annihilated inside of the first 30 minutes.
My wife will not let me gamble any longer. It was a rough weekend. It did involve some losses, but it was a learning experience because now I don't do that anymore. So
well,
but. Yeah, unfortunately, I still hang out with you, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But all right, well, and you seem to have your luck. What was the one game that you learned that you just kept talking up with, like Texas Hold'em? What was the one, the 3-card game?
3-card poker.
3-card poker, and you wouldn't stop talking about 3-card poker that whole weekend, and you were like cleaning up at the nickel table. I don't know. So
yeah, at the time I used to. That game was a little bit profitable for me, but nowadays, just like anybody else, you play long enough, you end up not only losing what you win, but then some, and then some more, and then some more. So this trip, I don't think I'm going to gamble, except for when I take a chance and go to the game tonight. I think it's going to be a rough crowd.
It's true.
Okay, so set up the rest of the day for our listeners here. We're a sports show, so we need to talk a little bit of sports here. So you're going to the game. Is there a tailgate involved? A pretty big tailgate?
Yes, there is. As a matter of fact, so after this.
And it already started. It's based on listening to your voice. It sounds like it already started early this morning.
No, it didn't. The reason I'm a little bit tired is because I got up at 5 to drive here this morning. But we made it in a record 3 hours and 20 minutes. But anyway, we're going to go check into the hotel. Then we're going to go swimming, maybe grab some lunch. And then we're going to go, the hotel, I guess, has a giant tailgate party. And a shuttle and the whole nine. So we're going to go do that and then go to the game and see how it goes.
So, Tyler, Mike is a big fan of your segment.
Awesome.
What can you tell him? Can you give him some advice about kind of being careful, and practicing moderation today?
Well, hey, with all due respect, you're going to get your steps in today, so that's going to be good. Stay hydrated, man, and I don't put too many coins in the slots anyway. I always tell people, Vegas wasn't built on winners, that's for sure. So get your steps in, my man. Have a blast. In a different way. We back here in Arizona, we got hammered in a different way last night with rain.
Oh.
So be careful.
Yeah, it did rain. And Mike, by the way, tonight you're going to miss it, but I'm going to see my wife and I, Cheryl and I, are going to see Van Halen, the tribute band to Van Halen. Is playing at Casino Arizona. So I love that name, Van Halen.
Mike, he's sporting the Van Halen tee today too. He is ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be there. I'll be there in spirit. I would have loved to have gone instead of going to the football game.
All right. So that was so it was a much kinder, and I tell people, well, why do you have a Southern California surfing report on? And I said, well, it's an old friend of mine. He lives in Orange County. He's a real Southern California surfer guy, and he spends about 30 seconds delivering a report on the waves and the climate at the beach, and then he spends the other however long the segment is before we cut him off, just kind of ripping me, and people seem to like that. They like the insults. Now you said, the fan base, they kind of incite that and they encourage it from you.
Well, I'm kind of just saying.
I mean, even your dad says, "Are you ripping Vince again this week?" Your dad, of all people.
I'm kind of speaking for the masses, and I just lay it down and tell it like it is. In regard to your stature, personality, intelligence, brains, stuff that counts.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, and with that, Mike, anything else that you want to leave us with here to start our weekend off?
No. I don't think so. I'm getting ready to check into the hotel and kind of check out on life for about 24 hours.
Okay.
So that's
well, good. Well,
Well, hey, Mike, I tell you real quick, about 3 weeks ago, we were out there at Pacific Beach, and my boys who are listening, Nathan and Andrew, we were out on the pier, and my boys they love wildlife and all aquatic creatures, and lo and behold, somebody reeled in a thrasher shark. And of course, my boys knew exactly what it was. I had no idea what was going on, and the surfing was amazing. We were out there boogie boarding all day long, and that thrasher shark wasn't reeled in too far from where we swim. So we were swimming a little bit quicker, but surf was good 3 weeks ago anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I love TV, and the trick is just don't believe in sharks. I don't think they exist.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah. All right. So that was the Beachin' with Beal, a Southern California surfing report. He's not in Southern California today. He's actually in Las Vegas. So thanks again for joining us, Mike, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Be safe out there.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right. Okay. So, folks, that's another show. Wrapping up here from Fixed Body Group in North Scottsdale, a very valuable partner of the Varsity Sports Show, joined by a new friend of ours, Dr. Katie Bruckheisen. Katie, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me, Vince.
All right. And Tyler, the Fitness Minute, turned into the Fitness Hour here with Tyler Mayer, local fitness guru. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And Ironwood head football coach Chris Rizzo, Sunrise Mountain head football coach Steve Decker. Thank you for joining us. My old friend, Coach Mike Valadez, and his inspiring story. Keep fighting, Mike, and keep that promise. Thank you to Mike Beal with the Beachin' with Beal report, who is live from Las Vegas. Thanks to our show partners. Thank you to our listeners. And thank you again to everyone for listening and allowing us to do what we do. Have a great week, everyone. Coming up next is my old friend Ed Smith and Javon Adams with the Easy Sports Show. That's at 10 a.m. here on A.M.1060 KDUS, Arizona. Folks, once again, on behalf of the Varsity Sports Show and our producer Aaron Decker and the whole staff, thanks again for joining us. We will see you next week where we wrap up the Summer Spotlight Series before we pivot back to all sports. We'll be at an undisclosed location. You want to listen in 9 a.m. next Saturday here on KDUS, Arizona, AM1060. Thanks again, folks. Vince DeLisio here with the Varsity Sports Show. Vince out.
for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.